Today's question is, what is the difference between narcissism and a superiority complex? Well, I suppose the primary difference is that narcissism, or NPD, is a personality disorder, and having a superiority complex isn't. I mean, the essence of narcissism is the inability to value other human beings due to being completely and utterly self-absorbed. Now, we're not talking, I take a lot of selfies and post them to Instagram level of self-absorbed. We're talking King Joffrey, Game of Thrones level of self-absorbed. It's an egocentrism which goes as far as to view other people only in terms of whether they reinforce or erode the narcissist's ego. Narcissists are also unable to form sensible relationships because they lack any appreciation for what others might have meant to them in the past, or will mean to them in the future. They only view others in terms of whether or not they're currently feeding the narcissist's ego. And those suffering from a superiority complex, think Stewie Griffin or Sheldon Cooper as an example, they are quite capable of rightly valuing and appreciating others, and they often do so. In fact, their sense of superiority comes from their perception of bettering the achievements or capability of others, to which they are constantly comparing themselves. So people with a superiority complex constantly overemphasize and probably overrate their own accomplishments, and may act in ways that is condescending towards other people. They're absolutely committed to seeing themselves as superior, even when no evidence of that exists sometimes. So in other words, while narcissists tend to view the world only in terms of themselves, people with a superiority complex are much more aware of the people around them, but experience the constant need to feel and appear superior to everybody else. So that's the difference. Narcissism is a personality disorder. Superiority complex isn't. Narcissists don't value people. People with a superiority complex constantly compare themselves to people and try and better other people's achievements. So, not the same thing at all. Nowhere even close to being the same thing. When I was in my second year of university, I think it was my second year, it was my first or second year, I was absolutely convinced I had NPD. For months and months and months, I was convinced. So I went to one of my professors and I said, I'm so worried, I believe I have narcissistic personality disorder. And she started laughing and she said, no, you don't have narcissistic personality disorder. You just believe you're better than everybody else. Can you imagine? What do you mean? Yeah, well, sometimes the truth hurts. I can't help it if it's true. Doesn't mean I have a superiority complex. Let's answer this question. Okay, let's turn on the cameras.